Hey, how about it, race fans? Richard Allen of motorsportsreport.net coming at you with another Rich's Ramblings. And before we go any further today, I'm going to wish you a very Merry Christmas and just a happy holiday season, a Happy New Year. Don't know if I'll do another one of these before Christmas or not, so I thought I'd go ahead and get that in. And just a little update if you haven't been there yet, the motorsportsreport.net website's up and running. We've been up and running for a little while now. And based on our statistics, it looks like quite a few of you have been there, and we really, really appreciate that. Again, that's kind of a joint effort between my sons and I, working in all aspects of motorsports. But still, our main focus is probably going to be on the dirt late models and a little NASCAR and some other stuff mixed in. But what my topic for today is just kind of some reflections on the 2023 dirt late model racing season. Now that we're past the Gateway Nationals up in St. Louis, pretty much come to an end for 2023. So I thought it'd be a good time just to kind of reflect back on some of the positives and the negatives from the past year. So overall, I think we had a very good season. I would rate it as one that's enjoyable to watch, to take part in. And as a matter of fact, I ran a poll on my Twitter feed, or X. I still can't get used to calling it X. It's always be Twitter to me, as far as I'm concerned, I guess. But whether I'm behind the times or not. But on the poll that I ran, I just asked folks to reflect on 2023 and label this past season as great, good, average, or poor. And the great and the good won out. Great wound up with 35%, while good had 48%, and average and poor, barely made the show. So that, I think that's a good reflection on the sport as a whole right now. That it's being rated highly among those who watch and who attend the races. So that's a good thing. But as far as my reflections, I thought I'd start off with the negatives, kind of get them out of the way. But there were a few negatives that I wanted to address as far as 2023 is concerned, and with hope that 2024 these negatives can be turned into positives. But on the one side, and I live here in East Tennessee, so we're around here. There seem to be some tracks that are kind of in limbo. I really don't know what's going to happen with some of them. There's all kinds of rumors flying around, and I think we're not unique in that here in East Tennessee. I think that's a common thread throughout a lot of the country, not just with dirt tracks, even with some pavement tracks too. So hopefully that that trend will start to turn around. But for now, there's some uncertainty. I live very close to 411 Motor Speedway, and there's all kinds of rumors about what's going to take place with that. I-75 Speedway here in East Tennessee, the Volunteer Speedway here in East Tennessee. Those are both, again, a lot of rumors, so there's nothing really confirmed. But hopefully they'll be having full seasons. I know I-75 has several races already on its schedule, so that seems to be a good sign. And Volunteer has a couple of races on its schedule already too. So hopefully that will hold out, and there will be plenty of racing going on there. But around the country, we see from time to time that a track's closed its gates, or said that they're going to scale way back, or there are rumors about changes in ownership and things of that nature. So I think 2023 was a little bit of an alarming season when it comes to the possibility of tracks closing. Some of them we may be losing forever. I hope that's not the case, but it is something to keep an eye on going forward, and hopefully that, like I said, hopefully that trend will change. Another thing, in East Tennessee, we've had a lot of regional racing series that come in and out of East Tennessee a lot, and because I think largely because there are so many big races on the national tours, Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series, World of Outlaws, Case Construction Late Model Series, plus the XR Super Series and Castrol Flow Racing Night in America. They're staging so many big races that I think it's kind of overshadowing the regional tours a little bit, and we're seeing maybe a little restructuring, some merging, some things like that. Like for example, the Valvoline Ironman Series kind of merged up with the ALMS, trying to find new ground. Although I will say, the Hunt the Front Series seems to be a very aggressive kind of go-getter kind of a series, and they've got a really nice schedule laid out. So hopefully we'll see more of that rather than the big tours, the big national series, the national races kind of overshadowing regional races. It's difficult. One of the things regional races around this area have always been able to rely on is when Lucas or World of Outlaws wasn't racing, you could have a 7,500 to win or maybe 10,000 to win at a track. And if it's an on an off weekend for the national tour, you might get a Jimmy Owens or someone of that nature, Tim McCready, somebody like that to drop in, and you knew ahead of time that those guys were coming, so you could put it out there. Hey, Brandon Overton's going to be at this race, or Davenport, or Owens, or somebody like that, and it helped to draw in the crowd. Well, now those guys aren't coming to as many of those national races or those regional races, because they could be racing somewhere else for far more money that's more aligned with the series that they follow anyway. So I think the regional series are going to have to kind of find a way to work around that to some degree, and it remains to be seen, I think, what's going to happen with the national tours, if they're going to continue to offer those big money races, and how much are they going to stay around. Of course, streaming's always part of the issue as well. And then a third of the negative things that I've seen, the expenses for racing seem to be just skyrocketing. Every team owner that you talk to, that you hear from, talks about everything from the cost of travel, cost of engines, cost of tires, cost of everything is going up, and also there's to go along with that. That's hurtful. Is there's a great depletion in crew workers. A lot of teams are having trouble finding folks to work on these cars, and because the travel demands are so great. Essentially they're away from home for 9 months. And that's difficult, especially for a person who maybe is married, has children, or something like that. To be just on the road constantly can be devastating to a family. So that's something to keep an eye on too. But like I said, there are some negative things that came out of 2023. Hopefully those things can be addressed on the positive side that came out of 2023. What a great year of competition, as far as a couple of drivers, Ricky Thornton Jr. and Bobby Pierce, just blasted onto the national scene. We knew who those guys were. We knew that those guys were talented. Bobby Pierce had won all those summer national championships. Ricky Thornton won a ton of modified races, and had really been emerging as a late model driver anyway. But 2023 just they blew everything out of the water. Both of them winning over 30 races along the way. So that was fun to watch. Those guys just progress and all that. Now what's going to be fun to watch in 2024? Can somebody come up and match them? Can somebody take them on, or will they just continue winning a bunch of races? I know just a few days ago I was watching Jonathan Davenport test over at the Smoky Mountain Speedway. And, he doesn't look like he's planning on just sitting back and settling for podium finishes. He looks like he's ready to get back on the top step of that podium. So he'll be one, and as well as several others who'll be looking to take on Pierce and take on Thornton, and hopefully unseat them as the top driver. But that was a lot of fun to watch. And of course, I already mentioned it was as far as the national tours are concerned, all the big money races, man, there was so much drama, so much excitement surrounding. It's on a weekly basis. We were seeing guys race for $50,000, $75,000, $100,000 to win. Sometimes even midweek races that were paying that kind of money. So that was a lot of fun. As somebody who subscribes to pretty much all the streaming services from March through November, there was rarely a night when there wasn't some kind of racing on to take advantage of, to watch and enjoy. So that was a plus, in that there's always something going. You're always able to see great racing competition. So there's plenty of positives came out of 2023, along with a few negatives. So hopefully we can carry the positives further into 2024. Like I said, watch and see that competition grow, and see if somebody can come up and challenge those guys who are already on top. Maybe some new face will emerge that we weren't even thinking about. Maybe some of those negatives, like the tracks and the expenses, maybe somehow somebody can find a solution. Maybe the tours will come up with a way to help with the expenses and help those tracks out as well. So anyway, those are just kind of some reflections I had on 2023. Looking forward to 2024. And again, thank you so much for checking out motorsportsreport.net. My sons and I are very excited about it, and we appreciate everything. So until next time, I will see you at the track.